Welcome back, folks. Well, it's the next morning and it's time to take the boat to a mooring in Conway. I'm lucky because my friend John has decided to come with me today for a sail. Hopefully he'll get a sail anyway and he'll give me a hand.
So what's your plan now then, mate?
I'm just going to try and go backwards and see what happens.
Straight line.
Well, the boat definitely won't do a straight line. So what will probably happen, I think, is when we start going out, the wind will start catching us and taking us that way because the wind's blowing this way, innit?
Yes.
So she doesn't steer well backwards. So as soon as we start drifting over there, I'm going to try and get far enough over there to get her getting some forward on so I can try and make a turn there.
Stand on this side then.
Yeah, my biggest worry is getting blown into that corner and being stuck in the corner. You know what I mean? Because if I get too far in, I won't have enough space to manoeuvre. So it would be nice if we sort of went that way when we went backwards, but I doubt we will.
So if I undo the back line and hold the front one,
We can undo them all because we're not going to go anywhere. You can leave that one to last because if the wind's blowing us in there now, that makes sense to be the last line, doesn't it? Because the other ones are doing nothing, are they? That must be the one stopping us going forward, mustn't it?
like that.
Okay, so let's have another drink of tea. There's a boat just going out there. I just called him and he didn't answer. I'm going to call him again. Victoria Dock, Swallow, over.
Swallow Victoria Dock, pass your message.
Yeah, am I clear to depart, Rob, over?
Yes, affirmative. You can leave whenever you like. I'm going out at the moment.
Yeah, I've just spotted them. We'll go out after them. Okay, thanks for the stay. Swallow out.
No problem, and hope to see you again soon. Cheers, bye.
You ready, John?
What I'm thinking is,
What you thinking?
dear, if I had the stick in my hand,
Yeah.
I could walk you backwards, out.
Well, let's just see what happens. Flick the lines off. Are they off? So should we see what happens when we go backwards? And she's actually pulling with the tiller now. So let's see if the tiller turns it that way. Yeah, slightly. Not much of a movement. So you don't get much from it, do you?
That's what I had to practice.
So I'll show you now how you turn a long keel around. You put it in neutral and she starts to turn. Yeah? And then when she gets close to over there, you throw it helm over and put her ahead and she'll push herself around. She'll push the bow around. So still going backwards that way, so you still come round, you can judge where you need to go. She started going with the wind now, so we need to go forward. What I mean by with the wind, the bow, which has the least grip on the water, has now been blown off to the port, so we've got to remedy that as quick as we possibly can. Prop wash on the full starboard rudder rescues the bow and stops it getting blown off. She started to pick the wind there and slide into the corner. And that's what you got to watch for with any boat, is if there's wind in the corner and you're in the corner, is getting out that corner. You can get all the lines in now and all the fenders. She's just slow to react. She's all right when she's going forward. Do you know, it's a funny thing, but I've never thought about putting the fenders on the pulpit. And there's John tying the fenders to the pulpit without asking me where I normally have the fenders. Maybe it's one of those days that you just learn something new. I'm not sure yet. The jury's out on this one. Right, as we're coming up to leave the dock, I have a look up top and see if Rob's in the window. And he's in there in his ivory tower, so I give him a little wave and he gives me a wave, bon voyage, on the way. And now we're off out into the Menai Straits, and the sooner we can get the engine off, the better. John? Yeah. Nothing. I'm going to put the sail out, that's okay, innit? Okay, so watch the lines and watch the sail and feel which way the wind's going to go so you know which way the sail's going to go. It is. So I'm just deciding which side of the mast it's going to be and which sheet to use.
You're going to be on a run, you know.
I am going to be on a bit of a run, but I think it's better off putting it out, I think, on the port side. So I'm going to use the port side, okay? Right, watch the lines don't get you. Look at me, I'm like the drunken sailor. Ten, 10. Cable away.
It's going well.
Close the gate so you don't jump in. We're doing a good 3 knots. Wonder what that beeping is. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
There's me tea.
I thought it was coming from over there.
It is, I think. It's not us. Three and a half knots, going like Billy O. We'll be doing more than that over the ground now. Look at my display. Anybody out there got a good one I can have? A GPS 152. Old hat now, but good stuff. Well, this is my first sail of 2024. I know we've only got one sail up, but we're not in that much of a hurry. We're going with the current at the moment, the current's doing about 3 knots. We're doing about 4.5, but we're making about 7.5 over the ground. The speed over ground, SOG, was 7.4, and the through the water, TTW, is 4.4, giving us a difference of 3 knots. Yeah, John looks very happy at the helm there, and the weather looks like it's being very, very kind to us indeed. A slight modification to John's tying to the pulpit. I tied them to the first bar down on the pulpit so that the ropes wouldn't touch the bottom of the sail, because I'd be worried about getting a bit of chafe. I just love the look of the Menai Straits on a sunny day. I don't think anything can be quite as beautiful. Just look at that for a postcard. It really is a pleasure to sail in these waters. Thank you very much. Hi Fraser.
Lost the engine.
Oh, do you want a tow? You sure? I'll tow you. Do you want a tow? Yeah. Eamon on board Jamelia didn't even see me, don't know how, and over there we went and said hello to Paul, broken down as usual on Hobbit. Then we passed Nigel and Sheena on board Diego. We were lucky as we had fair wind to sail down the Menai Straits. As we passed Bangor Pier we were doing actually quite well. We held fair winds right the way across the Swatch. Had a decent turn of speed through the water as well. I see 5.7 there, and it's quite a real turn. Not seen speeds like that for a long time. Our fair winds took us more or less back to Conway, where the wind turned round and went on the nose. So that was the fun of the sail finished. Time to put the donkey on. All ready to go ashore now after the first sail of 2024. Although it was only in one direction, it was the first one, and here comes the taxi.